Love it when the hood is up over my curls. I don't know why, but now of course it probably messed up my curls. What's up, girl? My name is Reka, and this video is how to achieve your goals. I'm gonna try to fix my hair as I'm doing this. Now, I have my notes, so if you see me looking down, that's why, because I always want to make sure that I am making sense when I am talking to you. So here we go as I try to get this situation going on, okay? All right, so here we go. How to achieve your goals. I'm gonna give you 3 things you will need, 2 things you will need to do, and 1 thing you cannot control, okay? So the 3 things that you're gonna need, the first one is belief. You need to believe that whatever it is you want to do, for me this year in 2019, it was get out of debt. Over the last 2.5 years, it was get my hair back to curly. I used to straighten my hair, get relaxers or whatever, and I wanted this back. If you've never seen the before and after of my hair, because now my curls are amazing, but if you've never seen the before or after, hit me up, I'll send you the pictures. And I believed that I could do it. I believed I could get out of over $20,000 in debt. I believed that my hair could go back to being its natural state. I believed it, okay? Then the next thing you need to have, or you'll need, is dedication. You need to be so dedicated to whatever your goal is. It doesn't matter the hurdle that comes in your face, okay? So for instance, when I was in the process of doing my hair, my curls was not that popping in the beginning, especially the first 6 months. It wasn't looking pretty. And I was like, I have to be out in public like this because I couldn't straighten my hair. So I always had to like wear it up in a high bun. I have a very big forehead, in my opinion. And so I couldn't always wear it back because I'm embarrassed about my forehead. There were things that were in the way that I was like, oh my God, but I was so dedicated that I was like, the time has to pass. The time will pass. I will be proud of myself in 6 months. I'll be proud of myself in 8 months. Okay. And that's where another word comes in, discipline. They all tie in. Okay. So belief, dedication, and discipline. Now, discipline is this, knowing that even if I didn't like my curls that day or I didn't like my hair, I can't straighten it. That's just going to ruin. I'm going to be back at square one. That's going to ruin it. Like I wanted to go a full year without straightening my hair. Here's another example. So in 2019, that's when I'm shooting this video, I wanted to climb out of debt. I had to turn down 3 trips. Now I'm somebody who loves to travel. I love getting on a plane, getting out of the state that I live in to go to a beach. I love traveling for my birthday. If my friends want to go somewhere, I'm like, I'll go. Nope. Couldn't go to my best friend's 35th birthday party. Couldn't go to my other best friends where we usually celebrate our birthdays together because we're like a week apart. Couldn't go hang out with her like I did the year prior when we went to Puerto Rico to hang out. Couldn't do that because I was so disciplined on getting out of debt. And I knew that if I didn't do it and I did something else instead, that I would get to the end of the year or the time that was passing and be disappointed in myself. I did not want to be disappointed in me. Okay. So those are the 3 things you're going to need. Okay. And that's all about you. That's belief, dedication, and discipline. And discipline breeds greatness. And also know this, great people have sacrificed a lot. So what are you willing to give up to get to your goal? I hope it's everything, a healthy way. Listen, if you have kids, you shouldn't be giving up your kids to get to your goal. You shouldn't give up your marriage to get to your goal, but there is going to be sacrifice. So for me, this may seem small, but if you love shows like Power, for instance, it is in the last season right now. Haven't watched the episode. You know why? Because I'm super dedicated and disciplined that I need to build this business. So, and I want to and will. And so any of my extra time doesn't necessarily go to TV. And I was also climbing out of debt, so I don't have stars. I cut every extra thing out. I was like, I couldn't have Hulu, Netflix, Stars, ABC app, all these other apps, Amazon Prime, all of these, and be climbing out of debt. So I chose to just stick with 2, Netflix and Hulu, no cable and internet. And there we go. So what are you willing to give up so you can achieve your goal that you believe that you can do? Okay. But here's the thing. You can only get to your goal if you put action to it. Okay. So here are the things that you need to do. The first thing is, what is your goal? Let's write it down, okay? And write out the end in mind, okay? So my goal is to be the best hairstylist. My goal is to get my curls back. My goal is to get out of debt, okay? And so what I did I literally wrote it down. Not necessarily my hair, but my goal to get out of debt. I literally got a spreadsheet, wrote out month to month, well, every 2 weeks, because that's when I get paid, how I was going to allocate my money. And I did that for a year. Like I sat there and in January, got all the way to January 2020 to see where I would be, because I just wanted to see it. Like, oh, I only got to do this for 18 months. I got this. Cool. Because here's the thing. The time has to pass anyway. Okay, so the time may as well be passing in you trying to achieve your goal and you putting action towards that goal that you say you want, and you can get there. You just have to put action behind it. And that's number 2, the thing that you need to do. Now, did I say that I have my notes? Usually I try to say that in the beginning because I don't want you to be like, who is she looking at? I'm looking at my computer. Okay. So the next thing that you need to do is put action behind that goal. So if I say I want curly hair, the action is we ain't putting heat on it. And I'm going to I started researching how other people did in their transition time. And some people cut all their hair off. I didn't want to do that. And that's okay. You don't have to do whatever it is you want to do like everybody else. Because whatever it is you want to do, everybody has pretty much done it, unless you're like Steve Jobs, who freaking created the smartphone. Maybe that you have a creation in your mind that doesn't exist, and good luck with that. And these tips can help you with that as well. But so what is your goal? What's the end in mind? And you need to put action towards it. Now, here's the thing that you can't control. Wait, before I say that, when you're putting action towards your goal, start with the smallest goal. Because sometimes we want to do something, right? Like, oh, I got 18 months to do the hair, or getting out of debt for 18 months or whatever. You start with the smallest goal. Don't try to eat the whole elephant at once. We take pieces, okay? So what is the first step that I need to do to make it down the road? Oh, well, I got to put one step in front of the other. Eventually I'll get down the road. So what I had to do, I did the Dave Ramsey baby steps thing. And what he suggests, and if you're trying to climb out of debt, is the first thing you do is you need to get an emergency fund of $1,000. Because while you're climbing out of debt, your tire's going to blow, the water heater's going to go out, you're going to need to do something. So get your emergency fund of $1,000. And then the next step in the getting out of debt is you start with one credit card, and the smallest credit card or debt, because it could be a medical bill or I don't know your debt, but you start with the smallest. So maybe your smallest is 1,000. The next is 1,500. The next is 5,000. The next is 10,000. You start with the smallest and you work your way up. The reason why you do that is because, listen, the first thing I paid off was this little $1,500 phone that a stupid boyfriend gave for me as a gift, but then I ended up having to pay for it. We're not together anymore, obviously. So I paid off this first, and I was so proud of myself. And I was like, I can do this. I can keep going. Look at that. It's gone. It erased in like 2 months, and I can keep going. Da, da, da. So it actually helps you with your confidence, and it shows you that, oh, I can do this. When my hair started curling up, I was like, I can do this. I'm gonna keep going. Like when you start with the smallest goal, you leave breadcrumbs for yourself, you will be super proud of yourself. So, all right. The one thing that you cannot control. Now, remember when I said, listen, the time has to pass anyway. That's what you can't control. You're not going to know the amount of time it's going to take you to achieve most goals. With the money thing, you can kind of figure that out, especially if I pretty much get paid the same thing every 2 weeks. So I kind of knew how that was going to work. But with others, I didn't know how long it was going to take my hair. It wasn't like, oh, in 6 months, we guarantee your hair to snap back to curls. The time, you cannot control that, but you can control you, and you're working toward that goal. And you should start seeing chunks of that goal come in. Like, oh my God, I achieved that. Oh my God. It's like if you're a runner and you're passing the flags or whatever, right? Or you're trying to get 10 miles and you get 1 mile, and then you get 2 miles, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm doing it. And so enjoy the journey of trying to achieve your goal. And remember, that's exactly what it is. It is a journey. You do not arrive anywhere, because even if you do reach the goal, What's the next thing? We got to keep evolving as humans, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I was requested to do this video by one of you, and so thank you for the request. I hope that it helped. Let me know in the comments if it did, and if you have something you want me to talk about, I got you. I'm not going to promise that I'll do it, because if I don't have an answer for it or it doesn't fit my platform, I ain't doing it. But if there's something you want me to talk about, shoot your shot. Let me know. Okay. All of my information is on this post. And you can obviously leave a comment, contact me,